Chris Martin, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure on this beautiful Sunday.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. What have you been up to today? Did you wake up?
I did. I died. I'm died, and I've somehow got my dead body to this thing.
You strike me as the sort of person who does sleep in very late most of the time.
Well, I'm a night owl, so I go to bed late.
What time do you normally go to bed?
Weekdays, probably midnight.
Yeah. Are you a gamer?
No.
No, you don't strike me as a gamer.
I used to, if it's a good game. The last good game I played was that, I don't know, Samurai of Shintoksu or whatever. Some samurai run around Japan back in like the 1600s chopping people.
Never heard of it.
It was great.
What age were you?
Oh, this was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Great game. But then if a new game hasn't come out that I'm not invested in, then I'm like, whatever. So I won't play games for like 4 years, and then a new game will drop. I'll be like, I got to play it.
And then do you play other people online or not really?
No, I don't get into all that sort of shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. And can I say something potentially offensive?
Is that go for it, please.
I feel like if there was a Venn diagram between improvers and video gamers, I feel like there would be a bit of an overlap. Would that be right in saying that?
Oh, listen, I think gaming and performing arts is not just solely an improvising thing. I think a lot of stand-up comedians would be
like gamers as well. Yeah. Probably the most offensive part about what I just said is I'm going to say something offensive.
Yeah, because that wasn't offensive at all. I think the proper Venn diagram for improvisers would be lawyers and improvisers. I think that Venn diagram. Yeah,
interesting. There are a lot of lawyers.
A lot of lawyers.
Wow, how interesting.
Yeah. It's because I think in improv in general, because the scum do stand-up and then the sophisticated do improv.
Do you think lawyers do improv?
And I do both, so I don't know how it works.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer.
That would be an amazing reveal if you were.
I'm a scum punching above his belt.
So what about, that's so interesting. I didn't know that about the lawyer thing. Do you reckon they do
it's not just lawyer. That's just a generalization. It's like lawyers, engineers, just people who went to university do improv.
Yeah.
And then the people who are like leave school at like 15 and they're like, I'm going to find out what my life is.
Do you notice the difference in their improv abilities? Like when I think improv, I always think of Michael Scott from The Office holding a gun up under his shirt going, don't say anything, but I got a gun. So he'd be one of the stand-up improvers. Probably.
No, I think any new improviser does stuff like that.
Sure.
Like new improvisers eat each other on stage. They love this thing where they're like, oh, I'm hungry, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, all right, stop eating each other. There's a lot of suicides in improv when you first start out. You're like, goodbye, crew up. And you're like, Jesus.
I love the idea of that because it's like, you have to be like, yes, but if you kill yourself.
Yeah, you got no one there. That's right. So there's a lot of that sort of stuff, a lot of slitting throats, a lot of murder when you first start out in improv and you're like, okay, let's rein in the murder.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
But a good hammed up murder in improv is so funny.
Yeah.
Some people can get uncomfortable as an audience member watching it, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you like sneak up behind, like Adam O'Sullivan did a great scene years ago. And I still think about where he was like a clown at a kid's party that went wrong and he freaked out, so murdered murdered everyone at the party.
Oh my God, that's not what
and it was so
say.
Funny to watch. Oh my God. He was just like, the mum coming, what's going on? I was like, ah!
Oh, Jesus. And so was he the only one left in the scene?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
then
incredible.
We called it, but it was so funny. It was such a good scene. But yeah, you can do like those sort of things in improv as long as you really ham it up.
Yeah.
If you put like a serious character on, he's like, I'm evil. Then you'd be like, oh Jesus, I don't want to watch this. But because the kids were like, and like exploding and stuff, you're like, yeah, this is fun and just silly. Yeah. No one's really too worried about it. But
did you start improv before stand up, or you did pretty much around the same time? I should say for everyone listening, Chris is one of the directors and founders of Big Fork.
Damn straight.
Nice.
Yeah, founded in 2015, been going. I'm the general manager at the moment.
Where did you find it?
Where did I find it?
That was just stupid.
In my heart. No, I started improv years ago, like 2011. Yeah, 2011, because I wanted to do stand-up, but I was too scared of getting up on stage by myself. So I decided to do a collaborative comedy thing so I could bomb with other people.
Nice. So did Big Fork start as a show?
Yeah, kind of. Well, Big Fork was always like a cooperative, and then we were like, hey, we enjoy doing this, so we kind of formed our own little like shows and training and stuff, and then we just developed from there. And over years, we made enough money from that, so we opened up the venue in the Valley.
Nice, very cool. What else going on? What else did you do? So you did a gig last night here?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, crushed the shit out of it.
Nice.
Of course I did.
Yeah.
I was here the night before, crushed the shit out of that, man. I'm a fucking crusher, man.
Nice. And you got any interstate gigs coming up? You did the Melbourne Comedy Festival recently with Taylor?
Yes.
Yep.
That was fine. Not as fun as Adelaide. Adelaide was amazing.
Yep.
But Melbourne's hard. I think Melbourne, unless you got like TV backing, radio backing, or you're famous, then Melbourne's tough, you know? Like the show was good, but it's just like, oh, great. We're doing it to 10 people.
Oh, sure. So the tough part is getting the audience.
Just getting audience. But also, we were so far from where the action was. It's like all around Town Hall, and we're like 4 tram stops away in 2 different suburbs north. Sure. And you're like, is anyone coming out this way? Like, no. You're like, great.
Do you do flyering and stuff?
I mean, yeah, we did some flyering, but there's nowhere really to fly out there, and you can't really fly a town hall because they're like, oh, where's the show? You're like, oh, you just get a Uber for 15 minutes that way. They're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Adelaide was great fun. Well, I learned a lot doing Melbourne, which, every time I do a festival, I learn something like what not to do. And I'm like, when can I just do a festival where I'm like, I've got the answer to every question, I can just apply it now. But every festival I do, there's like, oh, that's I did that wrong, so now I know that for next time. So I got a list of what not to do for all these festivals now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wrote a little list. Of things about you.
Okay. Great. I wrote a list about things about you. Tall, rude.
All I've got here is silly, friends, and improv. I feel like you and I are friends.
Yeah.
We are actual friends, though. We get coffee and
that's right.
Film stupid sketches and stuff together. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the list.
Yeah. I know. I thought that would garnish further conversation. But
silly, improv, and friends. That's you.
Do you like being described as silly or not really?
No, I am silly.
Yeah.
I think my style of comedy is like silly. People like, I just think of things that make me laugh, and then I just try and apply that to stage, and hopefully other people will enjoy that too. And that's the worst part, when people aren't laughing at a joke that I really love, and I'm like, I have to kill this joke, but because I love it so much, it takes me ages to kill the joke.
Yeah, okay. The sausage roll bit is hilarious.
Oh, I love the sausage roll bit.
Was that always funny?
Was that always funny?
Yeah. The 2 hands out the window?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Always funny from day one, baby.
Yeah, because it's hilarious now, but I'd imagine there would have been jokes that you had to work on heaps to make.
Well, it's the follow-up joke about where my dick goes on the toilet seat.
Sure.
That took some work, but now it's kills. Now it's killer.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like maybe I'm saying the series of words in the wrong order, or I got the wrong word in the wrong place, and that can be how you fix a joke, and then you say it in the right way, and then it kills straight away. I had a joke years ago. I can't really remember. I don't really do it anymore, but it took like 8 weeks to get it right. It was just bombed for 7 weeks, and one day I said it in the right order, and just like the audience was like, wait, this is good. Oh, and I'm like, oh shit, here we are. Great. Yeah. So sometimes it can just be your word economy that you're using, and that's how you do it.
Yeah. How long have you been doing stand-up now?
Like 10 years?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
And do you reckon, so were you good straight away, or do you think you...
It's like good straight... No, I suck.
Yeah. So...
No, I don't think anyone's good straight away.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a myth. My first ever gig was Raw in like back 2015, and I followed Aaron Pratt, and Aaron Pratt crushed it. And I'm like, I'm going to follow this guy's coattails. I'm just going to use the energy he got.
Was he Queensland?
Yeah,
Aaron Pratt. Yeah, sure.
And he crushed, so I followed him, and I bombed so hard. But I was like, this is great. I love the process of writing jokes for Raw.
Yeah.
And stuff. So I just, did gigs, and I got good pretty fast though. Like it wasn't like slow, but I remember when I like leveled up, it was like a bass gig at like the Dog and Parrot. I did a 10-minute set.
I've heard about that gig.
I just crushed it so hard, and I was like, oh, wow. And I never hit that hard. And then, after you level up, it gets a little bit easier, and then you level up again.
I wouldn't know.
And it becomes, I'm talking to the wrong person about this.
I just started at like quite a high. No.
Bullshit. If anything, you're getting worse. No. Yeah. So, I got there pretty good. I'm pretty consistent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty consistent at stand-up.
Good MC as well.
Which is good. Thank you. Yeah, I do enjoy emceeing and stuff. You didn't? Yeah, I noticed that wasn't on your list. Yeah, friend.
Friend, improv.
I'd say I'm MC before friend.
Acquaintance.
Yeah, that's right. No, I like it. I'm good at emceeing. I think because I'm quite a likable person. So if I'm like the face of the show, then people feel quite comfortable because I'm like, hey, how you doing? Let's have fun.
Yeah.
And then some MCs just kind of come out and be like, hey, here's the bloody show, you piece of shit.
God, that sounded like an
They do their jokes and then they're like, welcome to first acting. Like, Jesus, I'm coming up after that. Fuck, all right.
And the good thing is you get to keep seeing me all night long after every act.
Yeah. I love the MCs that like after an act's crushing, they come up and do 5 minutes and you're like, don't do that. Just bring on the next act. But they're like, no, I got to do 5. And you're like, don't.
Yeah.
And if they tank it, then that's the worst. That's the worst. You're like, oh my God, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've done stuff like that, but that's kind of training. I would never do that now.
What do you reckon about, we're at that point of the podcast now. Firstly, I should say we don't have a name for the podcast yet. So
you should call it Codie and Friends.
I like that. I've been asking.
You should call it Codie, Friends, Improv, and Acquaintance.
I've been asking every guest that I've had. 1, at the end of the episode, you got to tell me your proposed name for the podcast.
Yeah.
And 2, the proposed name for the episode.
Okay.
But I already like Codie and Friends, actually. I originally wanted to call it 3 Things, but that's taken.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are they doing that one?
I don't know. I haven't listened to it.
Oh, okay.
They haven't recorded anything since 2018, so I probably could, in theory, just...
Yeah, just steal it. If that's what you really want, hell yeah.
All right. So, you're the guest. You get to choose the first topic. Now, this could be, you could pull out a topic and we could improv, or we could talk about joke ideas for that topic. Or more often than not, it's just, this reminds me of that time when, ...
Okay. So, where'd you get these?
Everyone asks that.
Well, where'd you get it from?
Just Google.
Just Google.
Just Googled 50 talking topics.
All right, here we go. I got one.
I got 2.
I got 2.
Good to chuck one back.
Favorite quotes. Oh.
Okay. I'm assuming that's not like refrigeration quotes or like, I think that's like.
Oh, you think, yeah, my favorite quote is when that gardener came to my house.
It was
and was like,
$1,700.
I will mow your lawn for $200. Like, great. Yeah, that's what that means. No, it means like.
Motivational quotes. Are you a motivational quote person? You don't strike me as that. I'm all about like self-help books.
No, I don't care about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like you're in it by yourself and the only person to get you out of it is yourself.
That's so sad.
No, I think like you obviously can talk to people. You know what I mean? But I think take quitting smoking, for example. Sure. You can only quit if you want to quit smoking.
Yeah.
You can't quit because other people are telling you should quit.
Yeah.
All right. So
how clean are you now?
Like a few months.
Nice.
4 months.
Pretty impressive.
But
are you still off coffee?
Yeah, I decafed like a year ago.
Nice.
It was the best thing I ever did.
Yeah, you told me
if you have
about
anxiety out there and you're like, what's making me anxious, go to decaf and your anxiety will disappear.
I love how proud of that you were. And like, I feel like you and I were standing out the front of comedy clubs and you were smoking, but you're also talking about the health benefits of quitting coffee.
Yeah,
I just found the irony of that.
For mental health.
Yeah, but I love the irony of you smoking, but talking about the health benefits of stopping coffee. That was so freaking funny to me.
Yeah, well, whatever.
But now you've quit cigarettes as well.
Yeah, but the day they come up with a healthy cigarette that's affordable, I'm back, baby. I love smoking.
Vaping.
Fuck that. I'll never vape.
Yeah.
That's weak.
Yeah.
I hate vapors. And I hate vapors who are like, they like look around the room when they're in the back and they like puff away. And you're like, go outside, you feral.
Yeah. Do you think you're cool taking the vape inside?
Go outside.
Yeah.
If I ran the police department, I'd be like batting the face off a vapor. If you catch them inside vaping, hit them in the face with your baton.
I love the idea of Dibber Dobbing on a vapor. Yeah. Like at Good Chat or something and being like, Jake, I just saw. What do you reckon Jake would say?
Oh, he wouldn't care. Yeah. Why would he care? He'd be like, whatever, shut up, man.
Yeah.
He'd be more angry that you told him, probably.
Stop wasting my time.
Like, shut up. Shut up, you dobber. You're like, Jesus.
You're banned from the club.
I don't know why he'd ban you. You imagine you got banned for dobbing someone in, and like next day, we don't like the cut of your jib. Anyway, favorite quotes. I don't know. What's your favorite quote?
I did one on stage the other night, which I don't know if I'm allowed to do because is it technically stealing
no.
material? Okay. Because I did this.
How are you meant to describe anything?
I did that. Well, it was a freaking like 2-minute quote though. It was
what is this quote?
It was at the Matt Nunn's gig at Big Fork actually.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, yeah.
It was the alt comedy gig.
Yeah.
And I did this quote where I got, I think it was either Marianne Williamson it was a Walter Wintle quote. Like, if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but you think, no, I can't, it's almost certain you won't. Anyway, it goes on for like 2 minutes.
Did Rod Dahl write this thing? It rhymed.
Walter Wintle is his name. And I basically got the audience to stand up because it was alternative comedy. It was a bit of fun. And I got them to close their eyes and then did the quote. And during the poem, I took off my shirt. And then at the end, they opened their eyes and I was just standing there without a t-shirt on. And it wasn't as funny as I thought, actually.
What wasn't funny about it?
No, I think it was funny. But then I followed it with the reading the kids' book.
And did that go all right?
Yeah.
Did you put a shirt on before that?
No.
So you read the kids' book.
Yeah, without a shirt on. Yeah. What's your favourite quote?
My favourite quote? Well, I've never even thought about it.
You'd like Rocky Balboa, hey, I reckon.
What? What's this quote? There's
so many.
What, Adrian?
It's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you fall down and keep getting up.
I guess so. I like Steve Martin's quote that he did where he's like, be so funny they can't say no.
Undeniable. Nice. I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a good one when it relates to comedy career because like everyone's like really worried about, where's my career going and how do I sell tickets to shows? But you're the person in charge of all that.
Yeah, that is a good one.
If you're so funny, then people will just show up for you. So I think it gives you motivation to work harder. That quote.
That's a good one. I like that one. I haven't heard that one. He's got a good documentary, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't watch all that sort of stuff.
You don't listen to podcasts either, do you?
No.
Are you going to listen to this one?
Maybe.
It's going to be really hurtful if you don't listen to this one.
No, I probably will. The problem that I don't listen to podcasts for mean reasons. It's just because I have ADD.
Sure.
I don't have the attention span.
What if you take your medication? Can you listen to podcasts?
I don't have medicated ADD. I just go through life. What's with all these new ADD people like, oh man, life's so good. I'm like, I've been suffering from this shit for 30 years.
You're proud.
Yeah.
The next topic that I chose was zodiac signs. You know what? When I printed this, I didn't know what zodiac signs were. So
Are you serious?
I put in brackets star signs because I thought maybe they're the same thing.
They are the same thing, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't like star signs. What are your thoughts?
I don't mind star signs.
Yeah, what are you?
I'm Gemini. I'm the two halves, the two faces, which means I have a happy side and then I have apparently a really evil side.
Is that true about you?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's Taylor, your partner?
Oh, shit. Well, she's October, so whatever that is.
Yeah. It's interesting.
I have no idea.
Actually, I was about to judge you, but I don't think I could tell you what my wife Rachel is either. But
I am judging you. I feel like that's worse.
I went on a few dates with someone that was really into it a long time ago, and I kind of hated it, star signs, because she was so into it that she kind of painted you in that light. And because I was Taurus, she would make these assumptions about me because of my star signs. Yeah.
Oh, like you're going to cheat on me because you're a Taurus.
I don't know if it went that far, but just little, probably smaller personality traits.
Yeah.
And
you're going to make me pay for dinner because you're a Taurus. Jesus.
But even now, my wife makes that joke. Like, I tell her that I hate star signs, and she's like, "You would because you're a Taurus," and that is devastating.
I don't mind Gemini. I like the things they say about Gemini. I don't necessarily believe them, but they're like, Gemini is the best at fighting. Gemini can fuck real good. Like everyone's like Gemini like has the best. They're like Gemini's best at sex. They're the best lovers, and I'm like, man, Gemini's a rock.
That's hilarious.
And so I'm like, that's nice to listen to, but I don't know if I believe it because
okay. Are you into?
I don't think anything like you're gonna have a good month because Venus is in retrograde. I'm like, I have no idea what that means,
sure.
and I can't believe that a planet is gonna have that effect on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I think. Couple of things, like I think people who believe in conspiracy theorists, if you believe in one conspiracy theory, you believe in all of them. And I have the same thought about star signs. If you believe in star signs, you probably believe in talking to the dead people through a medium.
I'm scared of that.
Do you?
I've watched
believe
enough
that
horror movies where they've
exists?
used a Ouija board and,
Yeah.
and like a demon's come
Jumanji.
through. I'm like, I'll never do a Ouija board.
Okay.
Based off pop culture.
Yeah. Okay. Do you believe in all of that stuff?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I do. If I do hear a bump in like the attic or something, I have to convince myself it's not a xenomorph from aliens. It's probably a possum.
Would you go and check, or would Taylor check?
Fucking no, I'd never go up to the attic and check. You know,
You got an attic at your place?
Yeah, I've seen The Grudge.
Yeah.
Have you seen that opening scene of The Grudge? They go look in the attic and then this like kind of like a ghost girl grabs the person in the attic. I'm like, fuck that. That's finished attic.
That's why you like Taylor. Go check.
I'm like, but no, I don't. I don't really believe it. Did you ever watch the Zodiac Killer, the movie?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I always turn it off before it gets too scary.
It's so boring.
I'm not a big fan of scary movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I watch them during the day with the blinds open, and I have to constantly remind myself that it's just a movie.
Yeah, would you like this?
Although Zodiac Killer's not just a movie, that's a real thing, isn't it?
No, but I don't mind those kind of movies. So I'll watch a stabby starry horror movie because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, if someone ever came up with a knife, I'd be able to fight back.
Sure.
But if you're like...
Do you think you would?
Well, I think he'd drive home being like, wow, he got in a few good punches. He'd probably still stab me to death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like if I'm in my house and then like an Asian ghost, you know, like child ghost appears at the end of my hallway, like, ah,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, this is it. You know,
Do you say ancient or Asian?
Asian.
Why'd you say Asian?
Because I was thinking about the Grudge for some reason.
Okay. It's a very interesting.
There's two Asian child ghosts
Yeah, okay.
in the Grudge, and they're great actors.
Yeah. You just.
But that's the Grudge it's like an Asian horror movie, and it was like one of the scariest ones I've watched.
Yeah.
So that's why I said Asian.
I used to.
But any child ghost is
Yeah.
very scary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of any ethnicity.
Of any, I can't get this. I can't say this. Of any ethnicity, any child ghost is terrifying.
You've covered yourself.
Thank you.
So, third topic. I think we've covered star signs.
Yeah,
Fairly sure.
yeah. We both were in disagreement that they're not good. Man, they're so stuck together. There we go. Please be good. Career choice.
Well, you're interesting at the moment because you've left a very profitable, high-paying job.
I was a cardiac scientist for many years.
That's pretty cool. What was your salary?
Like 100,000.
Man, nice. That's incredible.
Yeah,
I like how honest
Queensland
you are.
Health. Queensland Health is pretty. Queensland Health pays well.
Yeah.
And they're not a bad company. It's just that I didn't have any. It wasn't what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I can always go back if like comedy doesn't work.
Was
out.
it something you wanted to do at one point in time or not really?
I don't know. I was just good at like science at school.
Yeah.
You know, when you're good at something and okay. Well, you're gonna when you find your thing. Whatever's after podcasting.
It's an interesting one though because you've got ADHD, right?
Yeah, I got one of them. I got ADD, ADHD.
Okay.
Well, I got ADD, but it is ADHD because basically when I got diagnosed, ADHD didn't exist.
Sure.
It was just everything was just ADD.
So part of that I thought was not being great at finishing things.
Well, I was medicated in high school.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's why I was able to do what I did.
Nice.
But then when I got to like my uni years, I'm like, I don't fucking want to do this.
Oh, so you didn't through uni, but you still finished uni. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because what you do is you learn ways to deal with it, you know? So I am ADD, but because I've been living with ADD for many years, I have some sort of control over it. Like I'll still fiddle and I'll still shake and
Sure.
I have a low attention span. But when I was a kid, I was just like a nightmare. Like I'd be at my desk trying to study and a bird would fly past my window. I'm like, bird. For like half an hour, I'd just stare at the bird like, bird. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just good at science in school. And then I did a science degree.
How long was your degree? The cardiac science?
4 years.
Yeah. And you had to specialize in cardiology or whatever?
No, you just do a generalized like science. So when I came out, I was like good at microbiology or molecular biology. I can't remember what the degree was.
Yeah.
Science degree in molecular biology or something. And then I did a master's in clinical science for a year. And then I got my job.
Nice. And you did that for like 10 years, didn't you?
15.
And now and that's impressive. Yeah, wow.
15
See, that's
years.
impressive as well. And you were unmedicated that whole time.
Yeah.
Because again, I maybe falsely or uneducatedly believe that people with ADHD have trouble staying in a particular job for a long time. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, it's possible for sure, but I have my ways. Like, I was very good at my job, so I had a lot of free time, so I watched a lot of YouTube at work.
Did they know?
Yeah.
Did your boss often see that?
My boss was amazing.
Okay.
I can't stress this enough. I had the most amazing boss ever.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos.
Her name was Leah.
Yep.
And she was just the most amazing boss. If you ever have a Leah in your life as a boss, never complain about them, never get on their bad side because they will always fight for you through thick and thin.
How often did Leah have to fight for you?
Oh, heaps. But, because I did my work, I was a good employee,
Yep.
but I was also, she knew I had ADD.
Yep.
And she had she approached management like a modern day management, whereas like old school managers are like, you are 2 minutes late to work, you're fired if you do that again.
Yep.
And like she was like, Chris, I know you are a personality type 8. All
Yep.
right. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I've read this. You're a personality type 8, which means you're going to be late to work every day.
That's hilarious.
I can give you as many warnings as I want.
Yeah.
And you could get up on time, but you'll still manage to be late to work. I'm like, yes. Because
Wow.
for the whole 15 years, I was probably 15 minutes late to work.
Yeah. One of my
every
favorite
day.
bits of yours is the
Oh,
petrol
RACQ
station.
one? Yeah.
RACQ. That's so freaking funny.
That's a great joke.
Yeah.
But she realized that she couldn't approach me, like be stinky about, you got to get up on earlier and get to, because she knew it would never work for me. I'll get up when I get up and I'll get to work when I get to work.
That's interesting. That's good.
And that's just part of who I am as an individual. And she understood that from a management point of view. She's like, that's fine. I'm happy.
There's
never
not a lot of
complain.
people like that, I reckon.
As long as you get here and just do your work.
Yeah.
And then, and that's fine. And I'm
Yeah.
like, great. But the manager I had before her was a prick.
Okay.
And they're like, you're late. So yeah, it was just a nice contrast.
Yeah.
And Leah was a co-worker at that point, so she knew me for many years.
And knew that you actually did your job properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when she got promoted to the managerial position, she was like, you're all right.
Yeah. Nice.
And, we just had a good person. We were friends as well at work and stuff. We're still friends. We still chat and hang out. Like, I'll still go, I miss the team, so I'll still go and have lunch with them every now and then.
Nice.
Say hello. I haven't done it for a while. I should do it at some point. But yeah, great. It was to be honest, it was a really great work environment. It just wasn't what I was passionate about.
Yeah. And now you're enjoying the change in career? Not really changing career because you've always been doing comedy, but you're enjoying doing it more
I'm
full-time?
enjoying the challenge of doing comedy longer, and like trying to be like, how do I make more money out of this? Because that's kind of what I have to do to get good. So, I got some great opportunities, which is nice. I still do VMing for like venue managing for Big Fork to make sure money's coming in.
Yeah.
But then some weeks, I'll do a lot of paid gigs, and then other weeks, we'll have one or two. So it's nice to have the Big Fork money coming in to supplement those weeks where it's not as paid. But then I do festivals, so I made some money through Adelaide and stuff, which
That's
was
pretty
nice.
good.
And mate, lost in Melbourne, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Ups and downs.
Yeah, and I got a new show which I'm taking around.
I'm excited. I still haven't seen this yet. Are you doing it in Brisbane again soon?
I'm trying to figure out dates. What I want to do is like I'll look at my benchmark at the moment. It's like you look at like what people like Anisa are doing, and you're like, wow, man, their career is just like boomed, and I'm really excited for her and what's going to happen because she works so hard. And she got that social media aspect so right. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, it's just really impressive. So I think, I'm trying to work on my social media game a little bit. And that's why we do little clips and stuff together.
So much fun.
But, that's a lot of work. I read places and like, you have to approach this like a full-time job. You're like, oh my God.
Yep.
And like, you'll put a lot of effort in a great video and then you'll get like 8 views.
Yeah.
Like, what? And then you'll fart while looking at the camera and then
And
I'll get like
views.
a million views. Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, I'm still learning that
The
stuff.
name of your show is very cool though. Chris Martin, not the music one.
Yeah, Chris Martin, not the guy from Coldplay.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so
That's a
I'm
good
doing that
name.
at the Newcastle Comedy Club.
You've got to do it in Brisbane again at some
I
point.
will. But what I want to do, like something Anisa did a few years ago, which I thought was really cool. She just did like, I don't know, like 10 shows over 10 weeks out of the thing just to work material.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I want to do something like that. So I'm thinking of in like June or August, or July, just like doing a bunch of just a bunch of like 1 hour shows.
Nice. Different shows or the same show each time?
No, just different shows on like a Sunday, and I'm just going to film it for clips. And
bit of
cut 'em
improv
up.
in there as well?
Bit of
yeah, because I feel like
just-
that would be hard to do a different show every time.
Well, you know, I think what I'll do is, because I got heaps of hours of material, I'll just like do heaps of jokes. So I'll just make it a really cheap ticket just for clips. I'm going to call it I'll call it Sunday
clips.
Roast, and it's just for clips.
That'd
I'll
be sick, yeah.
film it and I'll clip it all up.
Yep.
And then
Different venue every time would be cool.
No, I'll just do a big fork.
Okay.
That'd be
I feel
crazy.
like that would be kind of cool though. Like one at Good Chat, one at Sit Down, one at...
It'd be crazy to
It's
do it at a
good for
different
probably
venue.
like aesthetics though, you know? It
Yeah.
looks like it's a different venue every time because it is.
Well, I'll just change my shirt.
yeah.
For one, I can put a table in the back with like a red like tablecloth or something, and then
Nice.
different. This
Put a
different,
candle burning.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want to do something like that. Just get a lot of clips up.
Yep.
So I thought like doing like 5 shows or something over the course of like a month would be a great way to do that. Yeah.
Chris Martin, that's pretty much the end of our podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
I can't remember. Anyway, talk about it after. Did I do a big clap at the start of this
You did,
podcast?
yeah.
Cool. Okay. That's good. Because I got to do one
That's
at the
the most
start and the end of
important
it.
What if I said no? Do we have to start again?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Hey, what's the name of the podcast going to be?
I think Codie and Friends.
Yeah, nice.
Or
Codie and Friend, maybe.
Codie and Friend. No, Codie and Friends, because it's multiple people
Yeah.
over a course of period.
Yep.
Funny
Funny if I just keep bringing
what
you back
about
every
Codie?
episode.
What about Codie and Friends and sometimes Chris Martin?
Nice.
There you go.
But that implies you're not my friend. I guess you're my accomplice, my associate.
Codie, yep. All right, let me think about this. No, Codie and Friends is good.
Name of the podcast that we did today,
Codie and Friends.
episode?
Oh, Codie and
Is-
Chris.
Codie and Chris. Nice. I
Yeah.
like it. Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just name the friend. Every episode, the title is just who the friend is.
Yeah, yeah. Not like the friends.
Or Codie and Coldplay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Probably get more views.
Codie and not
actually.
the guy from Coldplay.
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Thanks for having me.